And these are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Thursday, December the 15th, and these are the breaks with myself, Fredo Cervantes, and it's going to be a great Thursday today. And, you know, I wanted to start off with this. It was the biggest time this past Tuesday night as well for the people that, you know, have been tuning in here to the network on the Infinity Studios channel. You all know that we had a bet, $100 on the line between the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. Between myself, I guess you can say I'm a Laker fan, but maybe I rooted for Boston this week, and Money Mike, a long time and a diehard Laker fan slash LeBron hater, and on the Lakers. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys all know the results, and I'm pretty sure Money Mike knew the results, and he was probably trying to predict the results 5 minutes prior to the game ending, but it hit him right in the ass because he kind of jinxed himself, he cursed himself, and he just jumped the gun too early, especially when the Lakers were up maybe about like 12 points, 10 points with like, you know, under 5 minutes remaining. It seemed like this door was shut on the Boston Celtics, but Jason Tatum knocked the door down and he said, "Not today, guys. Not today." And it was a very crucial game, but Money Mike, I know this is more important because I finally won and I finally got you. And, you know, I was thinking like, damn, Money Mike got me 3 times in a row. But I guess it was until that text that you sent there that kind of ruined it all. Oh my God. And for the people watching, this is Money Mike right here, guys. This guy right here, this is Money Mike. Money, are you okay? Can I get my $100 right now, Money Mike? Oh, wait. He's not talking, guys. I think he's lost for words. He does not know what to say. But Money Mike is gonna come on Monday Night Fredo. Of course, everyone can catch me on Monday Night Fredo here on the Infinity Studios channel every single Monday, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific here on the Infinity Studios, guys. So Money Mike, it's my turn. Pay up. All right. But the best rivalry in all the sports, ladies and gentlemen, went down on Tuesday. Like I mentioned, it happened this Tuesday between the Lakers and the Boston Celtics. And believe it or not, like I said, guys, the Los Angeles Lakers choked, and they choked big time in the fourth quarter, which they lost the lead. Like I mentioned, they were up by about 10 points or so, with like 5 minutes remaining, and they blew it. And they blew it for the second time in the last 3 games. Anthony Davis has had the chance to seal the game in overtime and miss crucial free throws. That is just not okay, Anthony Davis. I know you've been playing spectacular over the last 2-3 weeks. Besides that little flu you had for 103, you didn't decide not to play and we lost the game. But I don't know, man. With a guy like Anthony Davis, if you cannot hit at least one free throw would have made a big difference if he would have made it against the Boston Celtics. But no, he missed 2 in a row. When I saw those 2 yes, I'm a Laker fan, but I was rooting for those 2 free throws to miss, and I don't know how in the world that happened. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure everyone at the Crypto.com arena was shocked. Shocked. But these 2 teams, guys, believe it or not, these 2 teams have met 371 times, and the Celtics actually have won 207 of those compared to the Lakers, 164 of them. So we already see the comparison, and we I guess you can look at all these numbers, all these victories, counting from the from the 60s with Bill Russell smashing on Jerry West, Jerry West, man, I don't even know how you can. Why is he the logo? Seriously, man, why is he the logo? Can we get Kobe? Did you guys all see that Instagram post that Matt Barnes, former NBA player and former Laker, posted last night? He's like, with all these NBA trophies changing names and dedicated this and that, how about you change the logo to Kobe? And that's what I want to see right now. Change the logo to Kobe. But Believe it or not, both of those two teams, even though they have a big differential on wins against each other, they're tied for NBA championships with 17 apiece, with the Lakers picking up the last one here in 2020 with LeBron James over in Orlando. But like I said, yes, I bet money on the Boston Celtics, and I bet money on the Boston Celtics in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, and I lost against Money Mike. But yes, I'm a Laker fan. Yes, I grew up all my life here in Los Angeles. Yes, I love Kobe Bryant. I saw a lot of Kobe. I saw a lot of some late Shaq and Pau Gasol, and going through the, my God, D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson days, Julius Randle, Larry Nance. I mean, these guys that era of basketball was so devastating that, getting LeBron in 2018 kind of lifted up the city of Los Angeles, lifted up the spirit, because believe it or not, everything was going down the hole, like in 2016, 2017, when Mitch Kupchak was still involved with the basketball team. But, I've always loved the Lakers, and I've always supported the Lakers, and I still support the Lakers. But when you're going against a team like the Boston Celtics, and a team that I say, and I've said it for months, even since the NBA Finals, and I'm still saying it till today, the Boston Celtics are the best team in the NBA right now. There's just no way that I would have bet $100 on the Lakers to beat the Celtics on Tuesday. There was just no way. Even though the game kind of came up pretty close, and Money Mike was like, yeah, I won, pay up. A little too early there, because Jason Tatum is just so incredible. He's amazing, man. Even though he hit a few threes to kind of cut down the lead, but when they were down 2 points with like 10 seconds left, and he kind of lost the handle. He was right in front of the Laker bench. He lost the handle. He, between his legs, went baseline, fade away inside, in front of LeBron James's face. That ball did not even touch the net, and it went through, tied up the game. Of course, we all know LeBron James missed that game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer to go into overtime. But what Jason Tatum is capable of doing, I mean, I will bet anybody out there, anybody. If the Boston Celtics are playing whatever team, I got money on the Celtics. That's how good they are. And I should I say it now? Should I say it now before we go to break? Should I say it? The Boston Celtics are going to win the championship in 2023. There it is. Boston is going to lead 18 championships to 17. There it is. Believe it or not. Money Mike, write it down right now. Think about our new bet. The Boston Celtics are going to win the championship in 2023. And with that thought, we're going to break. When we come back, guys, we're going to go ahead and stick with the NBA. But we're going to touch about a team and a curse that's going on in the West. We'll return.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
And we are back here on These Are the Breaks. And believe it or not, guys, yes, I was talking about a curse in the NBA, and it is not the typical curse you might believe, but the Phoenix Suns are 1-6, guys. They're 1-6 since the Kardashian curse was put on by Kanye on CP3. That is better known, Chris Paul, Cliff Paul, Mr. State Farm, whatever you want to call him. Yes, of course, for the people that are like, well, what curse was that? Well, a few weeks ago, maybe I say about 2 weeks ago, Kanye went on Twitter and posted that he walked in or caught CP3 with Kim Kardashian. Since that tweet came out, the Phoenix Suns are 1-6, and the Phoenix Suns were one of the best teams. And at one point, they had the best record in the NBA. At one point, they had it. And since that, if you're getting beat down by the Houston Rockets, then Houston, we got a problem here, because there's something wrong in Phoenix. You got a talented team, but believe it or not, that Kardashian curse might be good for the Lakers, so they might be able to get through Phoenix pretty easy. So, but with that being said, another thing that a lot of teams are trying to get through was today. It's December the 15th. And for the people that know, on December 15th, most of the NBA gets a chance to move certain players. About 89% of the league is now eligible to get moved. So with that being said, trades are going to start to happen. And there's a reason why. There is a reason why the Lakers have stood still on moving Russell Westbrook. But according to Sam Amick from The Athletic, who reported saying that the Lakers are unlikely to move Russell Westbrook this season due to his spectacular play this season as the sixth man. So with Russell Westbrook being the sixth man ever since October the 21st, since he was moved to that position by head coach Darvin Ham, in 21 games, Russell Westbrook is averaging 15 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. That is good. And tell me how many in 21 games, how many games has he missed? 0 games missed for Russell Westbrook. And how many games has Anthony Davis missed? Maybe about 75% of all those 21 games that Russell Westbrook has been good. And LeBron, maybe another 6-7 games or so. So at the end of the day, Russell is the piece that the Lakers should not move. But there is other pieces around the league that people might be calling for, which is maybe a guy like Bojan Bogdanovic from the Detroit Pistons, who came over from the Utah Jazz this past offseason. There's, our typical that I also talked about a few weeks ago on Monday Night Fredo, which was Patrick Beverley. He has a pretty good size contract that is very movable, especially with 1 year remaining. We also have a great lockdown shooter like Eric Gordon, who is still alive and shooting the ball. It seems like Eric Gordon's been around the league for almost 2 decades already. He's been here for a while. Another guy who is maybe having a bad time in Phoenix with all that curse going on down there is Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is a former teammate of LeBron James back in Cleveland and was a very good piece that, took the Phoenix Suns a few years ago to the NBA Finals. So Jay Crowder can play some defense. He can lock down and shoot the 3 ball. That is one thing he can do. And one thing that the Lakers need is a 3-point shooter, someone that can stay down there. And I love the physicality from Jay Crowder. I like how aggressive he is out on the court, because Jay Crowder is no fool. He's a dog. And when I talk about dogs, like Marcus Smart kind of dog, Patrick Beverley kind of dogs, Jay Crowder is one of those. So if Crowder is available, Rob Pelinka, pick up the phone, call him up. Get him out here. Another guy that Rob Pelinka started calling was Kyle Kuzma. Yes, Kyle Kuzma was a former Laker, current Washington Wizard. But according to Chris Haynes from Bleacher Report, who said it yesterday and tweeted about it, said that the Lakers have called the Washington Wizards in regarding Kyle Kuzma. So, let me take a deep breath. I remember 2017, we drafted Kyle Kuzma. I remember Kyle Kuzma being the MVP Summer League player and whatnot when the Lakers won the championship in Summer League in 2017, which everyone went nuts about. I mean, I was one included. But Kyle Kuzma was not a fit out here. I don't know. And maybe his style, his lifestyle was a fit down here, but his play style, I personally didn't like it. I think he got better over the years, but for someone like Kuzma, I don't think we have a spot for him in this team. There's not enough balls on the court for Kyle Kuzma to be on this team. But if the Lakers decide to bring Kyle Kuzma back this season, I mean, he's averaging about 18 points over there in Washington right now. So can he kind of help? Yeah, he's improved as a shooter, so that is a key thing that the Lakers might be able to use. But I don't think I'm a vote on Kyle Kuzma back to Los Angeles. I think we should get Kyle Kuzma to Boston. Maybe he can be the sixth man of Boston team, even though Boston already got their guy. But he might be able to be the sixth man. Another guy who's kind of looking also right in the edge, the New York Knicks have been talking about this guy since last season, ever since they acquired him from the Atlanta Hawks, was Cam Reddish. Cam, third year in the league out of Duke. So with Cam possibly being a decent piece, a good sixth man, a guy off the bench, very good player, very, very good and young player. He's also available there. So I don't know. I don't know who is going to move, but if I can say one player that will move, hopefully it's Kyle Kuzma. I really want to see what's going to happen with Kyle Kuzma. I really, really want to see that. But another team that, maybe Chicago. Chicago is really desperate right now. They are desperate into trying to possibly rebuild. Like, they have a few good pieces. I mean, they got Vucevic as their center. They got Alex Caruso, who they took over here. They had a hurt Lonzo Ball. They got Zach LaVine as well. And they got another weapon like DeMar DeRozan here from Compton, a local guy, a city guy here, guy that was in the Drew League this past season, rocking it day in and day out. DeMar DeRozan's available, but can DeRozan and his friends maybe leave Chicago? Does Chicago really want to move those pieces, or can they get enough for DeRozan and his friends? Can they? I don't know. There is a few teams. I mean, the Lakers are really talking out there, saying that they are maybe interested in Vucevic and DeRozan, but yes, DeRozan would be a great fit. Vucevic would be a great fit, but who are we going to move to get those two players? I mean, I'm guessing Patrick Beverley got to be in the deal. I'm guessing Russell Westbrook got to be in the deal to make the numbers fit right. And maybe, Thomas Bryant with, Austin Reeves. I mean, it might take a deal like that to add Austin Reeves, which I love Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves hustles. He shoots the ball well. He plays with LeBron great. And any player that can play with LeBron great is a good guy. That's what all I have to say. They're a good guy. But now, enough about basketball, guys. And we know that basketball is so good and so interesting that we want to talk about it every time. But let's get on to another sport that we're kind of towards the fourth quarter of the season. With 4 weeks remaining in the regular season, we got the NFL. And for all you fantasy football players out there, you guys know that this is playoff time. This is crucial time. A lot of you people got a lot of money on the table for these fantasy leagues. But fantasy football, man, is approaching right now. And if you're looking for answers, you're looking for players, you want to know who you want to put this week, who's going to be your running back, who should you go with? Ladies and gentlemen, I got Marco Nunez and the one and only Money Mike, the famous Money Mike, who owes me $100, by the way. It's the host of the Waiver Wire, which you can catch here on the Infinity Studios channel. And they'll have all the answers for you, all the injury answers. So no need to worry. Just tune in every single Sunday night at 10 o'clock here on the Infinity Studios channel, guys. So make sure, fantasy football players, tune in every single Sunday night. But I'm going to go ahead and go into a quick commercial break, guys. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about the NFL. I'm going to let you know about some things going up and down the league here. Who's playing tonight? Of course, it's Thursday Night Football. But when we return, I'm going to give you a little bit about the NFL. We'll be back.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
And we are back here on These Are the Breaks with myself, Fredo Cervantes. Guys, of course, I've been giving you guys a breakdown on what happened in the sports world. But right now, let's move on to some football. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are 4 weeks away from the end of the regular season. So, with that being said, we got the Philadelphia Eagles still on the top of everybody else with a record of 12-1, and we got the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, which the Chiefs are just too good. The Buffalo Bills just lost Von Miller for the season, so the Bills are just going to go a little lower. They brought Cole Beasley back out of retirement, which I don't know what the hell Cole Beasley was doing this whole offseason. I mean, he's probably, I don't know what he's been doing, so I don't think that's a good pickup. When I saw that, I was like, really? You're going to bring a guy out of retirement to try to save your season, Buffalo? Really? Ridiculous, but guess what? The Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs here are tied at 10-3 right now for the second best record in the league. There's just a lot of important football, of course, for some of you guys that got a chance to catch Sunday Night Football this past Sunday at the SoFi Stadium. It was an incredible game, a great matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the LA Chargers, with the Chargers coming up on top. And let me say this real quick about Justin Herbert. Let me say this before I move on to my next thought. Justin Herbert, the game that he had on Sunday night, anybody out there that was watching that game, there's been a lot of Justin Herbert games, but there has never been one like this Sunday. Never has there been. I mean, watching him throw that ball and the way the ball was leaving his hands, the decisions that he was making, completing a career high of 39 completions, he was just incredible that day. He had to win. The pressure was on the line. Win, they get a great chance of making the playoffs. If they lose, their chances were going to decrease to 16% of making the playoffs. They came up on top against a team with Tua Tagovailoa, who are maybe one of the most dangerous offenses out there with Tyreek Hill on the side. And with the Chargers coming up with that game, incredible game that Justin Herbert had, the great defense the Chargers put up without no Derwin James, no Joey Bosa, no Callahan, no Joseph Day. I mean, they played incredible, and you got to give some credit where credit is due to head coach Brandon Staley for making some very tough calls where it was sad. It was very, very, very sad, but with that being said, the Chargers are now facing this Sunday on the showdown with the Tennessee Titans here at SoFi Stadium as well. Believe it or not, it's not a primetime game. I mean, the Chargers have had 4 primetime games in the last 6 weeks, which is crazy. And they got 2 more primetime games coming up in the next 3 weeks. So if for some reason, the NFL just loves to put the Chargers on primetime, I'm all good for it. But we got Thursday Night Football tonight, primetime. Thursday night, we got the San Francisco 49ers and Geno Smith and his Seattle Seahawks. Man, oh man, Geno Smith has been a Smith out there because ever since he came from the New York Jets. He went over to New Orleans as well. And everyone kind of thought, oh, Geno's kind of career is done. He's falling off the track already. He's maybe like a Robert Griffin III, one of those guys that just kind of comes into the league, expected to be good, and it just kind of collapses after 5 years. But that's not what Pete Carroll is doing out in Seattle. Pete Carroll picked up Geno Smith. Pete Carroll put him on his shoulder, and Geno Smith said, no problem, Pete Carroll, you got me, I got you, because with that record of 7-6, the same record that Los Angeles Chargers have right now, I mean, Seattle is on the verge of maybe winning the division, with the Rams being so bad, Arizona losing Kyler Murray for the season as well, torn his ACL, they're done. So it's only up to the Niners, who are in Seattle's way to possibly win the division. With tonight's game, Niners are 9-6 and Seattle is 7-6. So it's gonna be a very, very important game tonight, Thursday Night Football. Of course, you can catch that on Amazon or the NFL Network. And this game would be in Seattle. So Geno Smith might take down on the 49ers. It's gonna be very interesting. But this weekend, I know a lot of you guys were like, okay, we're gonna get Thursday Night Football, we're gonna get Sunday football, and we're going to get a Monday Night Football game. But guess what? It's going to be football today, no football tomorrow, but football on Saturday. Yes, Saturday Night Football is back. And not just Saturday Night Football, Saturday morning football, and Saturday afternoon football, because we got starting in the morning with the Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So now Saturday just became a Sunday. Now you get to watch football at 10 a.m. Then you move on to the Ravens at the Browns. That's going to be a pretty decent game, pretty good game, a nice AFC game. That's going to be at 1 o'clock right there. Then you got Saturday Night Football at 5 o'clock, prime time. You got the Miami Dolphins flying from Los Angeles back to the East Coast to Buffalo. So we're going to have a great showdown Saturday night, 5 o'clock on NBC. You got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins, another important game for the AFC. So you're looking at a crucial AFC matchup at 1 o'clock Saturday. Then you're looking at another crucial matchup at 5 o'clock in the AFC. So the AFC is congested with like 9 teams fighting for 7 spots. It's a crazy, crazy year this year. So with that being said, it's much more important for the other teams to look forward to on Sunday to take over, because everyone's going to try to make the football playoffs, because that's very important. And for all the owners out there, they like making money. But talking about making money, the FIFA World Cup, man, is making a lot of money, which makes me think they're going to maybe break a record with this matchup. I mean, you got France winning a spectacular game yesterday against Morocco. It was a crazy showdown with 2 goals. It seemed like Morocco was maybe not going to allow to score, but they allowed one. They have not allowed a score throughout the FIFA World Cup tournament. So with that being said, France will meet with one of the greats, if not the greatest, Lionel Messi. Yes, Mr. Messi. I mean, I don't watch soccer that much, but I know Messi. You know, Messi is one of those worldwide international athletes like LeBron James and those guys. But Messi and Argentina, France, they're going to meet at the World Cup finale. The final will be taking place Sunday early morning. Wake up. Sunday early morning before football at 7 a.m. So you got the World Cup Championship game, 7 a.m. Sunday morning. And France will have an opportunity, guys, believe it or not. France will have an opportunity to repeat as the champions for the first time since Pele's and Brazil's team in 1962. So it's been about, 60 years. And so France is possibly going to make some history, but my prediction from seeing a little bit of the World Cup over the past month or so, seeing all the matchups and seeing all the games, France looked very good over the last few games, but I don't know. You can't bet on Messi against Messi. You just can't bet on Messi. So it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna wake up and watch it, and from there, heading over to SoFi, catch the Chargers and the Titans. And right now, I'm out because I'm heading out. But it was a great time to go ahead and talk with all of you guys here today. Of course, if any of you guys know Money Mike. If you guys have his cell phone number, you guys have him on Twitter, you guys have him on Instagram, Facebook, email, pager, whatever it is, send him a fax. Let him know that he owes Fredo $100. All right? Because the Boston Celtics are the best team in the NBA. And believe it or not, Mike, the Lakers are not. We'll be back next week, next Thursday, every single Thursday, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific here on the Infinity Studios channel. See you then.